Okay, so hey y'all, hey. One decision, literally one decision could change your life. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a big to do or anything, but literally one decision can change the trajectory of your life. Let's talk about it. So my husband and I was talking, and we were kind of pondering and thinking about how did we even get here, and what decisions did we make in order to get to where we are right now. I started thinking, and I'm like, bruh, it all kind of really started at one space when I decided that it has to be more than this. Like, it literally has to be more than this. I mean, I grew up hearing that there's more than this right here. I mean, from school to church to people around the neighborhood, everything. I'm a little hood girl from Chicago. Okay, not little no more. And I ain't all that hood. Okay, you could probably hear some hood. But anyway, I'm not as hood as I could have been. But listen, I'm a girl that's from the hood. And to be where I am right now is wild to me. But it's because I decided that there's had to be more to life than this. Where was I at that time to kind of think about there had to be more than life than this. And the space that I was in, I was married. I had 4 kids before 24. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I didn't go to college. I wasn't working. I was basically just kind of being no real to do. Just mainly wanted to make sure that my kids had a pretty decent life, now that they were here. I hated the fact that I had a kid at 17. I didn't like the fact that I had 4 kids before 24. I had dreams, I had goals, I had everything, but I know that I didn't do what I needed to do at that time in order to get to my goals. And that's what I'm talking about right now. Your decisions help you get to your goal. You're denying yourself, you're not going all the time, is going to help you get to where you want to go, if that makes sense. So once I told myself multiple times it has to be more than this, then now my decisions had to start lining up with that statement that I know that there is more than this. My father used to always tell me that I have to go somewhere, that he has to take a plane to come see me. He used to always say that, which meant that there was more than this. He said that he's traveled to Puerto Rico and he's traveled to different places. So that means there has to be more than this. There are movie stars, there are rappers, singers, artists, orchestra playing people that travel the world, and I'm still in Chicago at that time. There has to be more than this. And I had to make a decision. Am I going to do what it's going to take in order to get to the more? Are you going to do what it takes? Because I know I'm not the only one. I know that I'm not the only one. Are you going to do what it takes in order to get to the more than this? Well, I thought that we was hopping on to talk about decisions, but maybe it's kind of, the two are mutually exclusive. We can go with that. Mutually exclusive. The two are mutually exclusive. Whereas once you make that declaration that there has to be more than this, it can't just stay there. It can't just, more than this can't just stay just chilling like, it could be more than this. Yeah, it has to be. No, it has to be like, dog, nah, it got to be more than this. And I'm willing to do what it's going to take in order to get to the more than this. So what did I do? For me, at that time, that looked like me starting to say, okay, God, if you for real, and if you real, I'm going to go ahead and see what's to it, and I'm going to start reading my Bible. And I'm going to go ahead and start listening to people on TV. And I'm going to start doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to start seeing what you actually have to say, because I grew up in the church. So for me, that's what that looked like. I don't know what it looked like for you. But for me, it looked like me actually going to see what's to this God thing. Now, what did that mean? That mean I went to go and read the Bible. And if anybody don't went to go read the Bible, you know it's some hard stuff in there that says that we should be doing. And it's really hard. It's pretty tough, but it's doable. I did it. I'm telling you, I've done it and I'm doing it. Now, for me, that looked like I needed to start treating my husband a certain kind of way at that time, because the Bible talks about wives and what wives are supposed to do. Crazy work, but I did it. And then I had to start believing in myself and start knowing that I can be, and that I can do, and that I can see. I had to start actually believing it, until one day some things kind of came to a head in my marriage where I had to actually make another decision. And it was a pretty major decision. Am I going to stay in this, or am I going to see what's to it with the more than this? So with that being said, every decision has a supporting cast. They have a supporting cast member called supporting decisions. So if, again, there has to be more than this, has to have some buddies. It got to have some, it got a whole crew. And what the crew does, the crew says, hey, we gonna support you in your decision, your major decision, and we're gonna walk this out with you. So I had to make that decision. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go find something else to do with my life, because this ain't it. It has to be more than this. So since it's more than this, I need to start jumping out the box and go find out what more is. What does that look like for you? It's just not me. I know I ain't the only person on the planet that got this going on or had this going on. So what is your thing? Like, what do you need to do? Because I know you got to do something. I know you got to make a decision, and I know you've been delaying that decision. So after I decided that I was going to not be in that particular marriage anymore, I had to start making supporting cast member decisions to stand on that major decision. So, okay, that second major decision, because the first major decision was there has to be more than this. I started doing the things that was going to get me to the more than this. Again, for me, that was getting in my Bible and trying to figure out what's to this God thing. Then that's major second decision. Now, mind you, there were more decisions, and I'm not going to air out my whole book and everything online. Shameless plug. Love Endures All the Journey. It's already out. Go ahead and get your copy. So here we are at that second major decision, and I got to leave. Now I'm leaving. Now what? Do I stand 10 toes down in my decision of that I'm leaving and there has to be more than this? Or am I going to cave and buckle and then fall apart like a $2 suitcase? Well, I didn't. I wanted to, because it's easier. It's easier to go back on what you said than to stand 10 toes down. It's easier to go back on what you said and kind of wiggle than to stand firm in what you believe and what you know. Now, let me put a caveat. Let me put an asterisk right there. Asterisk right there. And say, some decisions, depending on what it is, you might have to kind of figure out a way that's going to make sense for you. Does that make sense? Like, you have to, I'm not saying be liquid. There it is. Be liquid. Some decisions, some things, you have to be hard. You have to be hard to be like, bro, no. Let me tell you, no. No, and no. It's like that old song, my number is no. Yes, it's all like that. But then some decisions are like, okay, maybe that was too hard of a stance, and I have to be a little liquid, and I got to be pliable. But let me tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. We can do this, but we ain't going to do that over there. We ain't going to do that over there, but we can do this and we can do that. Does that make sense? All right. So your supporting cast members are there to assist you in getting to the more than this. Once you realize those supporting decisions, then 15 years later, you will see that you were in this place and now you are, I can't even make this up, bro. I can't make this up. Where I am right now, I have a husband that absolutely loves me. I have children that still talk to me and they love me, although sometimes they might tolerate me because I wake up to mess with them. Some days I wake up just to mess with them. But anyway. So I still have a pretty decent relationship with my children. I've traveled the country, like, for work. What? I've always wanted to travel. I've traveled the country for work with at least 2 jobs. I have traveled the country with my husband. I mean, I've been overseas, bro. I've been to Bahrain. Like, bruh, have you? I'm just saying. And back then, when I said there has to be more than this, I couldn't see all of this. The plan wasn't laid out. And that's for you people who think, and me people, because I'm a people too. So that's for us people who think that everything has to be laid out before we actually make a decision. Because it don't. It don't need to be laid out. You just need to walk out on faith, knowing that, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. And again, be liquid in your decision. It's okay to be liquid. And maybe that's another talk that we can have a conversation about being liquid. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Yeah, it has to be more than this. Remember, it got to be more than this. And every decision has a supporting decision. That's all I got for y'all. I'll holla. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah.